Welcome everybody to the final round of the JKeSport Season 2 Tier 2 from the Interlagos circuit in Brazil. One of the most famed circuits in Formula 1 history. This track always provides excitement, entertainment, and sometimes even a little bit of rain. It's going to be a big challenge for these drivers tonight, so let's see who can finish off the season with a bang. Just about set to get qualifying underway here. Looks like we have a Red Bull going out first. And that looks to be K-Dog to start off the qualifying session here from Interlagos. Very tricky circuit, very difficult to get right, especially with the weather playing a factor, but it remains to be seen how these drivers can handle it. "15 turns make up this circuit, beautiful circuit, legendary circuit. Several to the a few to the right and a few to the left, including the legendary Senna S corners through the first complex at the start of the lap. Then we have the flying curved front straight, which provides the most easiest overtaking opportunity on the track. Not the easiest place to overtake, but we should see lots of opportunities throughout this race tonight. Looks like K-Dog's coming around the final couple of corners to start the first flying lap of qualifying. We'll ride on board. Flat out then towards turn one. It's a very hard braking zone. It's the first complex of corners. Quickly left, then back to the right, and to the left again. Very easy to invalidate through there. Back onto the relatively short DRS straight, and before the double left-hander at turns 4 and 5. Once again, another track where it's very easy, another corner where it's very easy to invalidate. Up towards the tight run into sector 2. Tricky double apex right-hander here. Up into the hard braking zone of, I believe this is turn 8. With the camber turn 9, very difficult to get that one correct. Up through into turn 10, another hard braking zone. And now on a fantastic and entertaining run down towards jump out. A little bit of lag there, I believe that's from my end. And then up the hill towards the start finish line to complete the lap. Let's see what kind of times these drivers will be chasing tonight. As it looks like a 1:08.6 for K-Dog to start off the session. And JJB has invalidated in his lap. Looks like we have a Mercedes coming up next, and that is Graphic Turtle. Let's see what sort of lap he can put in. And he jumps up to second with a 9.6. There's a Ferrari coming out of Kraz with 109.2 and Knox with a 109.9. Looks like the Haas of Braylo coming across now to put in a 10.0. Now the runners are Jolly Roger and Best Pons across the line. Pons into second place with a 109.0. McLaren and Sapkov 109.6. Alpha Rusty Oil Can jumps second place with a 108.8. So the first flurry of qualifying laps has finished here. K-Dog still holding on to P1 with that 108.6. Here comes Johnny through the final couple of kinks to the line. He goes up to P5 with a 109.5. Racing Point of Spaceman now up with a 110.5. Very entertaining start to qualifying. Very tight field spread here. Not a very particularly long lap, so we should only see a couple of tenths separating this field today. Graphic Total coming across to finish another lap, but he's over a second off his time. Okay, there's now Qatari heading into the pits, and Haas coming across the final couple of corners now. That is Braylo. He is into the pits as well. JJB has invalidated again on his second lap around. It's going to go for another ride, it looks like. Jolly Roger has invalidated. Safkov is into the pits. Oh, he's hit the wall a little bit there. It's a very tricky pit entry. He is lucky not to have DNF'd the car right there. And then coming and finishing up their initial runs onto their in-laps. Spaceman's, it looks like he's on another hot lap right now. But 4 seconds off the pace, maybe getting set for another go. Hopefully the audio sounds good. Someone let me know if it needs adjusting. But hopefully we should be good to go. As here comes Graphic Turtle across the line again. He's very close on his time, but just a couple tenths away from improving. Just a few minutes in here. Everyone just trying to get their banker times in. We should see the track start to improve as the session goes on. With JJB with the gear glitch coming across. 109.7, that puts him in 8th place. Jolly Rogers coming up the hill towards the start-finish line now. Looking to improve from that 110.8 he set on his last run. Up to the line, and he's 7 seconds off his time. Must have had some sort of incident through there. Simon coming through section 2. Oh, let's go to Spaceman to finish up his qualifying lap. Coming across the line, he jumps to P9 with a 109.7. Okay, dog about to start a flyer. I believe that's one of the alphas of, I think, Steve Freeman. About to start a flyer as well. We have to set a time in this session along with a handful of other drivers. Scatty is coming across the line to start another hot lap. Knox, Monkey Mafia starting a hot lap. Sognum starting a hot lap. Ride along with the Sognum, see what kind of time he can put up here. Awful lot of drivers, but then a couple of tenths there in the mid 109s. Midfield here is going to be very tight. Kaz starting a hot lap as well. Under the best pawns. One of the runners starting another lap. Okay, solid run through the middle sectors. ZGS getting out of the way nicely through there. We do have a championship battle going in tonight. We have Monkey Mafia and ZGS Williams Racing teammates competing for the Drivers' Championship tonight. Monkey Mafia can clinch the Drivers' Championship with a 5th place finish regardless of whatever else happens tonight. So the pressure's on ZGS to perform. Here comes this hogging around the final corner. Monkey Mafia goes P1 just like that with a 108.5 as Hogging jumps to 4th place. The other Williams of ZGS is about to start his flying lap. Graylow on to start his flyer as well. Looks like we have a Ferrari of Kaz coming across the final couple of corners. Looks to be a pretty solid lap time from him. And he goes to 1st place with a 108.2. Safkov up now. He was 4 tenths up on his time through the first couple of sectors. Improves to P6 with a 109.0, and Kraz makes it a Ferrari provisional front row lockout with a 108.4. And that's Rusty Oil Can going into the first couple of corners now, and he's invalidated. K-Dog is into the pits. Looks like it's the best Pawns who's invalidated. Looks like he might be getting set for another go here. That leaves Brayla, one of the Mercedes as the next one to cross. There's Graphic Turtle start, or to finish off the lap. ZGS has set a time and he's moved up into 9th place. Update on the championship fight. Brayla jumps up into 9th just ahead of ZGS. So once again, very tight throughout there. Let's see if we can find someone who's on maybe the Alpha or Rusty. He's invalidated. Oh, Jolly Rogers picked up a grid penalty, and that could have an impact here. As one of the Ferraris is heading into the pits. Everybody getting set for their final couple of runs. Let's follow Graphic Turtle through the middle sector. He's lost his end plate, so this is going to be a very tricky end of the lap for him. So let's revisit the championship battle for a second. We have an 18-point lead. Monkey Mafia has over his Williams teammate ZJS, who's also looking to lock up the Constructors title for Williams tonight. So ZJS will likely need, he does own the tiebreaker over Monkey Mafia, so he can win the title with a second place finish. But it's likely that he's going to need to win this race to have any sort of chance. Monkey Mafia looking very pacey so far, sitting in third place. It's JJB here in his Tier 2 debut for the Alfa Romeo team. About to start his next flying lap as soon as he comes around through Sector 3. Still everybody chasing that 108.2 set by Kaz a few minutes ago. Ooh, runs very wide, manages to keep it on track and does not invalidate, which is going to be very, very good for him. A little bit of a wide entry into turn 1, keeps it clean. Through the center S's, onto the back straight. These corners very easy to lose the back end on that outside curb. You can see how it unsettles the car even just then. Up through the middle sector now, through the hard braking zones. Very nice apex through the turn 11. Turn 10, excuse me. Through Zhengqiao, one of the most difficult corners to get right on this circuit. And now it's just a drag race up to the line. Looks like he's abandoning his lap. That's going to put K-Dog as the next driver to cross the line. See what she can do on this lap. And she improves to P2, front row of the grid, and Monkey Mafia then jumps up to a 108.3, so the time's getting faster. As Knox crosses the line, putting himself in P5. The Haas of Raylo about to starting a lap. I think C. Freeman will be the next one to cross, but he is invalidated. Jolly Roger in the Renault then, just a little bit up on his time through Sector 2 so far. And he's got 3/10 up as he heads through the final couple of corners. He does have that 5-place grid penalty, but can he pick up a few places right here? Takes a tight line through that final turn 15. Across the line, jumps up to P16. Rusty Oil Can is next across the line. And he does not improve. Spaceman is next, getting set to start a lap. And then I believe we have a Mercedes. Graphic Turtle about to start a lap, followed by the Williams Monkey Mafia, I believe. Braylo finishing his lap, jumps up to P6 with a 108.6. Johnny 5 has started his lap as well as AG Scatty and the Haas. And trying to find the next driver on a flyer. I believe that Spaceman's on an in-lap as well. Let's ride along. It looks like Graphic Turtle's going to be the next one coming through the middle sector. Last 3 minutes of qualifying now. This is crunch time. You've got that one shot to improve your lap. ZJS He's sitting P11 right now. It's going to have to be a hefty charge for him if he's going to want to hold on to these title hopes. Here comes Graphic Turtle across the line, coming across to the line now. What he can do, does not improve. Braylon is into the pits, and Johnny 5 is next across. What time can he put in? He cannot improve as well. Scotty is way up on his time, and he jumps to P8 with 108.8. So up to 8th place for the Haas driver, just behind his teammate. As our provisional pole sitter Kaz is about to start his final hot lap of the qualifying session. JKeS is also about to start his final hot lap. Spaceman is invalidated. Starting a lap. C. Freeman is starting a lap. Kraz J is starting a lap. Graphic Turtle finishing a lap. He's just a little bit off his time. Knox finishes the lap. Cannot improve. K-Dog starting her flyer. Johnny 5 as well looks like to be well up on his time, and he's up into P9. A solid lap for the Mercedes driver as Pond starts his final lap. JJB is coming across next to start the hot lap as well. The Haas is heading into the pits. Let's see what Kaz can do. And he improves just a bit to a 108.27. 0.006 up on his previous best. But every millisecond counts around here. Let's see what JKeS can do. He's over 5/10 up through the first couple of sectors. Coming up to the line, this could be a significant improvement for him. And he's up to P5, 108.4, a very solid position for him. C. Freeman across the line into P12. The Sergeant is into the pits, he's invalidated. Kraz J is invalidated. Graphic Turtle across the line, but I don't think he's improved. Knox is down into turn 1. Braylon across the line. Pons jumps to P1 with a 108.2. As that is the unofficial end of qualifying right now, so everybody just getting their final runs in. Looks like I believe the next driver is Monkey Mafia. Currently sitting in P3 on the grid, just a couple rows ahead of his teammate. Seems to be a very solid time right now. Let's see what he can do. And he goes full with a 108.0. So a very solid lap from Monkey Mafia. Let's see Freeman's next across. He's on an in lap. Kraz J in the other Ferrari, currently sitting in P5. And he jumps to second place with a 108.1. Knocks across the line, does not improve. Safkov improves up to P8. There's a Mercedes Graphic Turtle crossing the line. Braylo jumps to P5 with a 108.3. And I believe Best Pons is on his in-lap. We've got Joey Roger finishing. He's invalidated, so that's going to be it for our qualifying session today. Monkey Mafia takes pole position in his challenge for the title tonight. JKeS will start from 7th place. Not insurmountable, but it's going to be a difficult challenge for him to make it through the field. Still, a lot of unknowns here at Brazil. A lot can happen. Safety cars, the weather. We've got 36 laps to decide a champion here from the Interlagos circuit in Brazil. you through the final grid order one more time. Monkey Mafia will start on pole with a 108.028, followed by the Ferrari of Kraz J in second place. Best Pawns will start third. Kaz will start fourth. Braylo starts fifth alongside K-Dog in P6. ZGS will start seventh in his title fight. Knox will start eighth. Safkov will start ninth on the medium tires. That could be an interesting advantage for him. Rusty Oilkin will start 10th. Scatty will start 11th. Johnny 5 will start 12th in the Mercedes. Asognium 13th. C. Freeman 14th. Graphic Turtle is in 15th. JJB will start 16th from his debut. Spaceman will start 17th. And the Jolly Roger rounds out the field in 18th. So see, oh, we've got looks like a full wet start for the race tonight. So once again, Interlagos is famous for its weather conditions, and tonight no exception. This is going to only add another challenge and another wrinkle to this race. We'll be right back on the grid. Set on the grid now. Let's take a look. Everyone seems to have fitted the intermediate tires, so interesting choice from Safkov, electing to qualify on the mediums with the wet weather start we're going to have today, and apparently it will transition to dry at some point tonight. So probably not a full wet race, but it's definitely going to be a challenge, especially with the field being so close together. Everyone's just trying to get their tires warm and set for this race start. Alright, here comes the grid set up to the line. No, but not really sure how this is going to go. Could be chaos through the first couple of corners. One mistake could cause drastic chaos throughout the field, especially with how tight everything is. Rest of the grid forming up, and we are about set to go. Wet weather start here from Brazil. Season finale of Tier 2 in JKeSport. 5 lights. And they're away here. Looks like, oh, there's a Ferrari that didn't get going at all. And there's an incident back in that. I believe K-Dog's around. He's been disqualified, and we have a safety car already. Not sure exactly what happened. I believe the Ferrari of Kras didn't get going. And now we have a safety car that's come out halfway through the field. And this has thrown a wrinkle into everything. Don't think this will affect much strategy, but several penalties have been given out already. So throughout all the chaos, looks like Scatty has made up 4 places. ZGS has made up 3 places, up to 4th on the grid. Kras dropped 7 after not getting started off the run. And Monkey Mafia will lead the first lap. Looks like Braylo is in the pits, as well as Knox, and must have suffered wing damage in all that chaos. Looks like Jolly Roger and JJB are also into the pits. Looks like they'll probably have to fit another set of intermediates, and yes, they will. I'm not sure exactly how long we will see this rain for. But it's already played a factor so far tonight. It looks like we might be getting into a lobby restart soon. Just waiting to confirm. And it appears that's what's going to be happening. So if you're in tier 2 listening to this right now, it seems we're gonna have a lobby restart. We'll get things sorted and we'll be right back for the actual start of the race. it looks like we're about to get set to go racing once again here from Brazil. Finally back here in Brazil, getting set for once again the start to the race. Everyone set for the formation right now. We'll give you another quick rundown of the starting order once again. We have Monkey Mafia, who will start on pole today. Kraz J starting in second place. Best Pawns will start third. Kaz will start fourth. Braille 18 will start fifth. Braille will start sixth. Knox will start seventh. Safkar eighth. Mr. Earl Can ninth. Johnny 10th. SRNM 11th, C Freeman 12th, Graphic Turtle 13th, JJB will start 14th, the Spaceman 15th, and Jolly Roger will round out the field in 16th. So after a full restart, here we're finally about set to get to the action. Coming through the final couple of corners now. Yes, unfortunately had to drop from the lobby, which means that Monkey Mafia will have the Constructors or the Drivers' Championship after the 36 laps are complete tonight. But the Constructors' Championship is still up for grabs, as Williams currently leads Ferrari by 40 points, which could change hands here today if Ferrari come home with, I believe, maximum points would do it for them. But we're finally on the grid for the Interlagos Brazilian Grand Prix. Yeah. The lights are on. All 5 lights And we're off again for the Brazilian Grand Prix this time. Marky gets a decent start. Looks side by side with Kaz into turn one. And I think that's Krasj actually, and he's going to have him for the lead. Side by side, Pons has made it around the outside of Kaz. Followed by Brelo Man. And timings are all jumbled up, but everything looks to be clean for the first couple of corners. Kaz leads away from Monkey Mafia, followed by Best Pawns in third. Kaz knocks up into fifth, up 2 places off the start. Let's get the tires back up, so the field pretty split between the tops and medium space around the hards. But we've got everybody within 1 second here for the first 7 drivers in the field. Jolly Roger has made it past J Drive at the back of the grid. Let's jump back to the leaders. Crash J leads from Monkey Mafia. We have a yellow flag. I believe that is Safkov and C. Freeman, who have both gone around at the exit of the Young Cow. Not sure what has happened there. But Crash J, he does lead from Monkey Mafia. Not sure what's up with the timing screens. And we have Nox and Brelo side by side. Brelo's going to have a much better exit here as they head down towards turn 4. He's going to go to the inside, but he's going to have to back out of that. Just wasn't on for him. Sequin is retired in the pit lane. Safkov in onto the mediums. So everybody now getting settled in as Jolly Roger is on the back of Johnny 5 for 10th position. Everybody's within 1 second of somebody right now. So top 3 have pulled away ever so slightly. As Nox is on the back of Kaz for 4th. Brelo the Man is going to once again get a huge run out of the final corner. Stalls out just as I think Graphic Turtle is off out of Young Cow. And then Brelo had a heck of a run out of the corner there, but he couldn't finish it off down the straight. So Nox holds on to 6th place now. Crash J has cleared Monkey Mafia for he's cleared the DRS zone out in front. Off DRS enabled. This is going to help these drivers who have been able to maintain that 1 second gap. As Jolly Roger is going to the inside of Johnny for 10th place, and I think he's going to get it. He's got the tire advantage and gets the move done into turn 4. Moving back up towards the front of the grid, Best Pawns have started to close the gap on Monkey Mafia for 2nd place. Very difficult to make it past someone through the middle sector, but it is possible. JJB are looking to the outside of Johnny now once again, as Safkov is back into the pits. JJB is up in position on his debut. Pons is just within DRS range of Monkey Mafia, but not able to make a move. Can barely get by this time, no he cannot. But he holds on solid in 6th position. Johnny's going to be not able to crack down at JJB through in down into turn 4 if he can get a better exit. Back up to the front of the field, Best Pawns has made it past Monkey Mafia, and Brelo has gone by Nox as well. Monkey Mafia and Best Pawns side by side into the middle sector. Monkey Mafia is going to be forced to yield that position. There's just not enough room right there. Brelo is forced wide by Nox. So very tight racing through the middle sector between these drivers in the top 6. Very impressive. They've been able to keep it clean thus far. Ooh, a little bit of a wobble there, but he looks to be okay. Kaz J has pulled away a bit from these drivers. Nox is right on the back of Kaz, but he's going to compromise his entry a little bit. Runs a little bit wide, and that's going to give Brelo the position up into P5 once again. I believe he's going to be a little bit too far back to make a move on Kaz here. He's going to be forced to sit behind another lap. Jolly Roger's marching forward, and he's going to look to the inside of his target into turn 1. A little bit of luck up, but he's going to have the advantage, and he closes it off the door into turn 2. It's a very nice, impressive move from Jolly Roger. He is on the soft tire though, but he has been making it several places as Graphic Turtle has picked up the first time penalty of the day. Play with the man right on the rear bumper of Kaz right now. Has not found an opportunity to make a move work yet though. Kaz a little on the grass there. It seems to be okay. Monkey Mafia holding on to 3rd position on those soft tires. Kaz runs a little bit deep again, and Braille's got a nice run out of the exit. I think he's going to have to move down there, and he goes to the inside down the pit straight and moves up into 4th position before even reaching the braking point in turn 1. Runs a little bit deep, and Kaz looks to the inside again. He's going to get a much better exit here down turn 4, and he might be on for another overtake. Knox is right behind this group as well. Are we going to go 3 wide? Ooh, Knox decides to back out of that. Kaz makes the move into P4 on the medium tire. Smart driving from Knox to back out of that. Now we've got 4 drivers under a blanket. Very tricky going on right now. But Kaz has come out the winner in that situation. And he is up in 4th place. Despons has started to narrow the gap ever so slightly on Kraz J. And he's extended this gap over Monkey Mafia to over 2 seconds now. But let's jump back to this midfield battle. Braille once again might have a shot at Kaz down in towards turn 1. But Kaz is going to be within the DRS range of Monkey Mafia, who's falling back into this, closer to this group, as there goes K-Dog to the outside of Knox into turn 1. Knox takes an excellent defensive line and will hold on to the position. This is going to be quite a tasty battle. Very similar situation to the last lap. I don't think anyone's going to have a shot. Just a little too far back. Kaz runs a little bit deep. His brother's going to force it. Looks like he's going to make a move. Has to back out of that. Just not enough space through that section of the track to get 2 cars side by side. K-Dog has found her way past Knox up into 6th place through the middle sector. Not sure if Knox made a mistake, but he's dropped out of DRS range now. His wing seems to be okay. So I'm not sure if he just lost the back end at some point. Now, Braylo and Kaz have been hunting down Monkey Mafia for the last few laps. Still, now we're starting to see that DRS train happen once again. It's not as potent as it is somewhere like Austria. So we just see everybody just hang within 1 second. Kaz has a nice run here, and he might have a shot down in towards turn 1. And he's going to easily breeze by to the inside. And Braylo's going to, he's going to make a little bit of contact, and he's lost his end plates. A little bit too late on the brakes there in turn 4. And that's going to severely compromise him through this middle sector. He's missing his entire right end plate. And he's run wide already. He is on the, he's lost the back end. Manages to keep it out of the wall. He's lost more time. We got Rusty Earlkin coming up behind him now. Kaz has now escaped from Monkey Mafia. Up into 3rd place now. K-Dog is closing into the back of Monkey Mafia. Rusty's going to surely be able to find the way past Braylo here as he's going to head into the pits. He surely will. K-Dog's going to get a run on Monkey Mafia. He might be able to defend this line into turn 1 side by side. And K-Dog takes the position up into P4. So Monkey's starting to struggle here. He had very good pace in qualifying. but he hasn't been able to replicate that in the race. Is that an end plate that was just bouncing around back there? Braylo has decided to stay out, surprisingly. And here goes Jolly Roger around the outside. And I believe Rusty Oaken is missing an end plate. So he must have made contact with Braylo going through those first couple of corners. As Jolly Roger has now moved up all the way into 8th position. And Knox has started to close into the back of Monkey Mafia. So not sure if those soft tires are starting to wear out for Monkey Mafia, or if he's just lost the pace advantage that he had. But now I think Knox might have a shot at him here down the main straight. It's going to be well within DRS range. He's got plenty of battery. Looks like he's going to make the move around the outside. Should have this done very easily. Sogman finds his way past Rusty Oaken, who I believe is heading into the pits. He is on those medium tires, which is going to be a bit of a disadvantage because medium soft is very easily doable around here. So he'll probably have to go with the hards to finish this race. Now Monkey on the back of Knox looks to the inside, and I think he's going to have it done. So these two swapping places. Monkey gets a little bit in the grass, picks up a penalty, runs wide, hangs on with the car, but Knox is able to move right back past him. So Knox is up into 5th place now. So Rusty Oaken has gone on to the soft, so I don't think he'll be able to take those to the end from here, so it shouldn't be a 2-stop from him. As now Jolly Roger is continuing his march up through the field, closing into the back of Braylo. Ooh, Braylo running very struggling on that wing damage, but oh, Jolly Roger goes around and he's into the barriers. Seems to be okay, but he's lost a sizable portion of his end plate, or of his wing. And that's devastating. He had such a great initial start to the race. And Monkey Mafia has become the first driver to bite. And he's retired from the session, so the end of the season, did a very impressive season. This is our Tier 2 champion here in Brazil. Had a fantastic season. And he's calling it a day, which I believe means that Ferrari would just have to score 40 points tonight in order to take Constructors' Championships. They could do that. If Krasj is able to hold on to the victory, that would just mean that Kaz would need to come home in 3rd in order to bring home that championship, which he is winning right now. So Knox is starting to close the gap to K-Log here for 4th position. All the gaps have seemed to open up a bit. Jolly Roger comes back out on the soft tire, so likely committing to a 2-stop as well. We should see the drivers who started the race on the softs coming in for the mediums very shortly. Krasj is doing a phenomenal job right now, holding just over a 2-second gap with Pons behind him. Pons, however, is on the medium tire, which is going to lead him to likely go onto the softs towards the end of this Grand Prix, which will give him quite the pace advantage. Rusty Oaken sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on those fresh tires. Bonds just needs to bide his time right now, ride out this medium stint. Probably about another 8-9 laps or so, and then he'll be able to go into the softs and finish out this race charging hard. Knox has picked up a penalty, so a few drivers with penalties already. JJB and Graphic Turtle each with 6. So that could play a factor in towards the end of this race. Knox is still just a bit out of DRS range. He's been hovering there for the last couple of laps. Not quite managed to close the gap enough. And I think he might have it down the back straight. I think he cut the corner a little bit, but he will be within DRS range. Not quite close enough to make a move yet, but he's definitely in the ballpark. And Spaceman is within DRS range of Graphic Turtle ahead. Spaceman on the hard tires, playing a long game here. We've seen him do that quite a few times already this season. He's trying to hunt down Graphic Turtle right now for the last spot in the top 10. Jump back to Knox, who is still right there in 5th position. Crash J has opened up the gap to just over 3 seconds now for the race lead. Mark's very low on battery, but so is Kickoff as well. I think he's once again going to be a bit too far back, as the pit window is open for the soft runners. I believe that's what it is. Sounds about right, so it'll be interesting to see how these drivers handle this. JJB picked up another 3 seconds. And I believe these two right here are starting to close in on the back of Kaz for a 3rd, maybe ever so slightly. Kaz will have the softs at the end of the race, as Graphic Turtle is now into the pits. We're going to go into a set of medium tires. Knox is right there. Oh, he's lost the back end a little bit. He's just going to slow him down a little bit. K-Dog runs a little deep in there side by side. Knox gets the move done up into 4th position. So Graphic Turtle does go onto the medium tires to finish out this race. And Kraz is into the pits as well. He's going on to the hards, so this is going to be an interesting strategy choice. Will those hards outlast the mediums towards the end of this race? And let's see where he comes out relative to the rest of the field. Looks like K-Dog is in the pits as well. And Braylon Gomez he's still out there on with that broken wing. He's well within the window to go into the medium tires if you would like. So he's going to come out just behind Kraz here. K-Dog has gone onto the medium tires, so different strategies already starting to rear their heads. I don't think Braylon is going to be able to take advantage of this situation in the next couple of laps with that broken wing. Johnny's within DRS range of K-Dog if he can hold it there on those older tires. Kraz has just got to hammer away right now on these hards. See if he can get the net lead before those medium runners head into the pits. Braylon's just dropped outside of DRS range. We should see him in soon as Knox comes into the pits. And yep, here comes Braylon. Very hot on entry, but does get the car slowed down. See what kind of tires he's going to fit. Knox going onto the mediums as we expected. So he may be serving a penalty. Braylon's getting medium tires and a wing change. See how that affects his position when he rejoins the race. Rusty Olcan has been flying recently on these softs, and he's up into 9th position. Starting to close the gap a little from Johnny 5. But I don't think he's going to be able to take those tires at the end. He's going to have to come back in. Knox on the back of JJB, who is still on those medium tires that he started the race with. Oh, deep to there. Knox takes advantage. They're all looking to close into DRS range as well, so JJB starting to struggle on those medium tires perhaps. He just got to ride it out a few more laps before he can go onto the softs. It's going to be just outside of DRS range, and K-Dog might have a shot into turn 1. Looks like she's going to send it up the inside, side by side through turn 1. JJB leaves plenty of space, and K-Dog makes the move up into P6. So those fresh mediums really showing their power right now as both Nox and K-Dog make their way past JJB in with the span of one lap. We have Crash J now. He's just hammering that gap, closing down on his teammate. He's got it within 8 seconds now. He will definitely be headed to the end of the race on these tires, so that is one advantage he will have over the two leaders right now. Johnny 5 has started to close the gap to JJB as well. Both drivers on the same lap full tires as Sognin heads into the pits. A little bit early, I would say. Let's see what he likes to go to the hard tires, so just a few laps outside the window for soft tires. Not sure it's a very long pit stop there. JJB is also in the pits going to the hards. I'm a little bit surprised more drivers aren't electing to go to the soft tires here, as the Jolly Roger has moved back over to the 11th position. He's having a nice little recovery drive right now after that spin he had a few laps earlier. Come out just behind the Sognin, but he should be within DRS range for the next time around. As Rusty Oil Can has caught the back of Johnny 5 as well. Not a lot of room to make a pass through him, but if he can get a good run out of Young Cal, he should have the move done. Using all the track on the entry. He's going with a little bit of a wobble. Rusty Old Can runs wide. Manages to keep a hold of it. And they're going to be side by side into turn 1. But Rusty Ogan holds on to the position. He's up in the 6th place. As Braille is coming back as well on those fresh mediums. Jolly Roger has made it past the Sognin, but he runs a little bit deep. The Sognin is going to be fighting at back. He's going to have the DRS. Oh, Roger's move to the inside. The clean move. It's a bit of a risky one. He is allowed one defensive move throughout the straight. A little bit of a late move to the inside, but he holds on to the P10 for now. Raylo on the back of Johnny as well now. Had the lift there. Could be to the dirty air, but this is allowing Rusty Olcan to escape up the road. The Raylo is going to easily make his way through. Those old medium tires have to be hurting right now for grip. Now Johnny's going to have a nice run here. He goes all the way to the inside into turn 1, but Braylo takes a nice line and holds on to the position. Sognin is still battling with Jolly Roger through the Silent S's. He's got a yellow flag in that. I believe it's Graphic Turtle who had a little bit of an incident. These two right here are closing up on the back of the Sognin's teammate in the Racing Point Spaceman, who's still on those hard tires he started the race on. Best Pawns finally into the pits. Will we see Kaz Snake? Kaz will stay out. Best Pawns onto the softs as we expected. Again, looks like a little bit of lag there, but we'll see where he comes out. Oh, Spaceman has gone off in sector 2. Perhaps those old tires not giving him the best grip right now, as Best Pawns has come out in 3rd position on the fresh soft. Raylo has made his way past Rusty Olcan for 6th position. So those older softs may be starting to get a little past their prime as Johnny heads into the pits for his other softs. Jolly Roger as well. Sogman and JJB even with each other, both on fresh hard tires. Battling for ninth position at the moment. He's going to be a little bit too far back. A bit of a lock up. The Sogman runs wide and he's going to try to fit through. Oh, he's going around. Impressive save. I think he's managed to keep it out of the wall. And he has. He's not picked up any damage from that, so very impressive save there as Kaz is into the pits. Pons moves back up into second place. He's got an 8-second gap to make up now. Let's see if he can get it done. He's got 14 laps to do it. Kaz is going to come out just behind K-Dog in 5th place on the fresh softs. He's going to have to make up a little bit of ground if Ferrari want to take home this Constructors' Championship. Pons has already lowered the gap within 8 seconds. Those fresh softs will be fire right now, so he will be flying. Guys within DRS range for a second. So he's just about in. I don't think he'll have enough to make a move this time by. K-Dog picks up her first penalty, leaving just a handful of drivers penalty free so far today. She's still holding on to 4th place, but Kaz has been flying on these fresh softs, and he's going to want to make his way past so he can have a run at Knox for that last podium position. Johnny has made his way past JJB, who's struggling a little bit on these hard tires. Johnny's on the softs, he should be able to make his way to the end, up to places at the end. Safkov finds his way past Jolly Rogers, running a little bit deep. The yellow flag, and that's graphic hurdle off at Young Kyle once again. I think he's also just speeding out of the way. Very nice driving there. Looks like Kaz is going to have a good run here. He goes to the inside, and I think he's going to get that move done. He's going a little bit deep, but I think he's going to be able to hold on to the position. Rusty Oilcan is into the pits. Continue for another new set of soft tires to finish out the race. So Ponzi has not really been able to close the gap too much over the last couple of laps. He's narrowed it down to just over 7 seconds now. But will it be enough? Will he have enough time before his soft tires die out? And he is closing rapidly. But he's going to have to get there and get past Kraz if he wants this win. Sogman was closing after the... Oh, and he's picked up a penalty now. And this is going to complicate things. He's lost a lot of ground there. So he must have made a mistake to the Sun S's now. If he's dropped back almost 2 seconds. And now he's going to have to create a 3-second gap to Kraz behind him. Sogman was on the back of his racing teammate Spaceman, who is still out on those hard tires, so I expect to see him in any time now, so he can get the most out of those soft tires. And it looks like he might, no, he's still staying out. Sogman too far back to have a look this time. Oh, Safkov and JB JJB very close to there. Sapkov looks to the inside. And I think he's going to have the move. Yes, he will. I don't think he's going to be able to fight it back. Sargent does make his way past Spaceman. They both run a little bit deep through turn 4. But Sargent is up in the 7th place now. He's got a long way to go up until Braylo is sitting in 6th. JJB is falling off the back of Sapkov, who's on those fresh soft tires, so that will be expected. But now Rusty Olcan should be on the back. K-Dog is into the pits, not sure exactly what that's for. She will be going on to a fresh set of softs. I think she has the gap to a Sognan, so she will only lose that one place to Braylo. Might be able to make that up. As Rusty Olcan is to the back of Spaceman now. He's got to run up the hill and looks to the outside. Oh, Spaceman squeezing off, squeezes just enough space. Spaceman finally heads into the pits. Rusty Olcan is just on the back of the other racing point now. He's a little bit deep through there, but he is closing. Meanwhile, Pontius, the gap is flattened out at about 7 seconds. So I think this is Kraz's race to lose right now, with 9 laps to go. Just outside that DRS range at the moment. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. That looks, I believe that's Jolly Roger, and he's broken his wing. Just trying to get out of the way now, so it's been an up and down race for Jolly Roger. He had the fantastic start, then he had that spin, and his race has been all over the place since then. Rusty Olcan to the back of the Sogman now through the first couple of corners. Sogman doing a nice job of maintaining that position. Kraz has put JJB 1 lap down, so we're now down to just 10 drivers on the lead lap. Rusty Olcan going to be itching to make a move here. He's got those fresh soft tires. There's going to be a ton of grip in them right now. So he should find his way through sooner or later. He's got a good run here. Sargent takes to the outside. Rusty Olcan to the inside. I think he's going to have the move easily. So Rusty Olcan up into 6th place. Kaz is closing into the back of Cactus Knox right now. And depending on the fastest lap at the moment. So as of right now, if Kaz will be able to get past Knox here, which I believe he will with the tire advantage, then it looks like we might have a tie for the Constructor Championship. Not sure who owns the tiebreaker, but that's the situation if Kaz is able to make his way into 3rd place and the other results hold. The yellow flag, but don't think that's anything serious. Sapkov looking to the inside of Johnny through turn 10. This is a tough place to make a move. So he looks to the outside. And he makes an impressive move around the outside. So up in the 9th place for Sapkov, and he should be able to get a Sogman pretty quickly in the next couple of laps. Kaz is still clean from penalties, so he will eventually overtake at least Knox. Due to that penalty time as it stands. but he's going to want more than that if he can get it. He knocks a little bit squirrely on the exit there. We'll see if Kaz has enough in his Ferrari to make it through on the inside into turn one. He's going to go for it. He goes awfully deep, but he makes it stick. And now we'll see if Knox can fight it back down towards turn four. I don't think he's going to have the engine power to, and Kaz is up into third place. That's a sight set on Best Ponzi, who is quite a bit up the road and has not made up any inroads on Kraz. So Kraz solidly up ahead as Spaceman finds his way past JJB for 11th place. On those fresh softs, starting to stretch their legs right now. He's got a long way to go to close up to Johnny, but you never know what could happen in the last 6 laps. Safkov is caught. Sagan always picked up a penalty, but I think he'll be able to find his way through here very shortly. He's got the run on the outside and has the position. So Safkov up in 8th place for the McLaren. Kaz sits 9 seconds behind Best Pons in the Renault. Pons does have that 3 seconds in penalty, so he's only got to close 6 more seconds. And Pons is not sure to always let JJB getting out of the way. He's in a very dangerous location, but I think he's going to be okay. Knox is actually sticking with the back of the Kaz right now. Ooh, a little bit deep. They've hung on to it so far. A little bit loose on the corner there, but he's managed to hang on. Kaz is making up a little bit of ground right now on Pons, but not sure if it's going to be enough. As Kaz takes crosses the line for 5 laps to go. Sogner is sticking with Safkov on much older tires. I don't think it's going to be hard pressed for him to make a move through though. But he's sticking with it. He's going to be losing a lot of time through this sector. You can see the grip advantage that the soft has. Safkov just so much easier and quicker to get on the throttle. Knox is still there with Kaz as well. He's got several penalties. So I don't think he's going to be able to jump into that last podium position. Kaz is closing on Pons. So we could see a Ferrari 1-2 here to finish off the season and take home the constructor title. Gap is down to 6 seconds. Net 3 seconds. Johnny 5 has started to close up to the back of his Sogden. He's on those softs, which are starting to wear a little bit now, but still should have some grip in them. Sogden, he's somehow managing to hang the Safkov on those older tires. Perhaps the hard's starting to come into their prime now. And he's got that DRS assistance that's helping him keep him away from Johnny and hold on to 9th position. Once again, Knox just hanging in that DRS is allowing him to. He's just letting Kaz pull him away from Brayla, who's had a fantastic recovery drive after damaging his wing. And right out to the first pit stop, he's running in P5 right now. He should be able to hold on to that position as well. But Kaz is closing. He's made up 1.5 seconds here, just in the last lap around. A little bit of a wobble there, but I think we'll see him close up to the best Pons. I think he's gonna be within the 3 seconds. I don't know if he'll be able to overtake him in time. Knox just hanging on to that DRS range. Blue Ladder doing all he can. He knows he's got to stick within that 1 second. Sognin is falling out of DRS range of Safkov. Closest battle on track right now. These mediums perhaps starting to get a little bit of advantage, as now Pons has picked up 6 seconds, which means that Kaz will be in net P2. JJB has retired from the session. Solid debut for him, but gonna come just 2 laps short of finishing it off. Oh, Spaceman gonna have to get out of the way there. Does a nice job of that. So it looks set for a Ferrari 1-2 finish here in Brazil. As Kraz J's run a fantastic race. They're showing lots of pace on both stints today. It's a commanding lead with just 2 laps left here in this race. Mark is actually really close to the back of Kaz. Not sure it's going to matter due to time penalties, but he's going to want to try to get an overtake done. And he might have a shot here towards turn 4. Is he going to look for it? He's going to look to the outside. Don't know if it's going to be very tough to make that move. Maybe a switchback. But Kaz does an excellent job defending and holds to the position. These two drivers really making up ground on the best Pons now. He's really starting to struggle. Pons is still looks to be able to hold on to the podium position, but the second stint has not been kind to him. J-Dog picks up another penalty. Don't think that's going to affect him. Could be not his last real chance to make a move, except maybe onto the final pit straight. It's not going to be close enough. Kaz runs a little bit deep. Is he going to find room? Makes better of it. On the final lap of the Grand Prix now. Kraz J for Ferrari through the final corner, the final lap of the final race of the season. Here's the 2 through turn 14 and turn 15. It's been a fantastic drive all day, and he's DNF'd at the end, but he still crosses the line, takes home the victory. This three-way battle for second, don't think it's going to matter on track. Kaz has kept his race clean all day long, and he's going to end up in second place. As Pons crosses the line second, he will end up third. Kaz comes. Oh, Ferrari crashed there to celebrate the Constructors' Championship, which they will take. Knox comes home fourth. Rayla, the man's going to take home fifth, and what has been an excellent drive for him. It was a rocky race the entire time, but he comes home in fifth. K-Dog is going to cross the line then for a solid 6th place finish today. Rusty Olcan will be 7th. He's kept it clean all day long. And he will finish this race with a very solid points haul. Savkov will finish this race in 8th. Sognin will take 9th. Johnny 5 will round out the top 10. Spaceman 11th. Jolly Roger 12th. Graphic Turtle 13th. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season for Season 3.